Good morning, students. Today we will start a new chapter, chapter number 5, complex numbers. Complex numbers. As you have studied chapter quadratic equation in 10th class, uh, nature of the quadratic equation, suppose equation you have studied, that is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. And nature of the quadratic you have studied, what you have studied? D, which is discriminant b square minus 4ac. If this is, D is greater than 0, then what is the nature of the roots? Roots are real and distinct. Real and different, you can say, or distinct. If D is equal to 0, you studied roots are real as well as they are equal and equal. When when D is less than 0, you can say negative. When it is negative, D is negative, what it means? Roots are not real. Roots are not real. Not real roots. Not real roots. At that time, you stop to calculate the values of roots. At that time, you said D is less than 0 and roots are not real. If roots are not real, then what type of roots are there? They are of the type which are known as complex number. As you see here, let's discuss few examples. Suppose it is x square plus 1 equal to 0. Now let's discuss. If I explain it, it is x square is equal to minus 1. Can you ever studied that square of any number is equal to negative? We always studied that square of any number is always positive. It means what is the reason and what we have to now discuss for that. This is not the possible case, as square of every real number is non-negative. The mathematical need to have solution for negative discriminant lead us to extend the real number system to a new kind of numbers, and the numbers known as complex numbers. And the complex numbers, when you get, suppose here it is, suppose you get the value is under the root a into root a. As you studied, it is equal to a. If it is under the root minus a into under the root minus a, then what is the meaning of this? It means this is minus a under the root. It is written 2 times. That's why it is square and it is equal to minus a, like this. Similarly, when I take any number root of minus 1 into root of minus 1, what is the meaning of this? The value will be equal to minus 1. So you can observe what we are getting. How you will solve, how you will write the numbers like this. Suppose number is root minus 4. That can be done as, that is 2 into minus 1. Sorry, 4 into minus 1, and the square root of 4 is 2. 2 into under the root of minus 1. Here we must know that what is the value of root minus 1. What we have to write down at the place of root minus 1. The symbol root minus 1 is often represented by the letter I, and it is read as iota, which is an imaginary unit. It means if I want to write it, the answer will be 2 times of iota. You can say like this, iota, where I is equal to under the root minus 1. So whenever you now get the value, suppose you are getting, let's see, suppose you are getting the values like this. Suppose you are getting a solution of the equation x is equal to minus 2 plus minus d is there. Suppose it is 4 into minus 1. Suppose it is there, which I have solved earlier, upon 2. It means this is minus 2 plus minus root 4 becomes 2 and root minus 1 becomes iota, and it is upon 2. You can take 2 common from the numerator, minus 1 plus minus iota upon 2, or you can say that it is minus 1 plus minus iota, which you have left in a class 10th. That part is now can be solved by taking root of minus 1 as iota. Okay. Now here you have to know about the values of iota. As I told you, I have given example to you. Now we'll discuss as iota is the root minus 1. Suppose I want to calculate iota square. Then what will be the value of this? This will be like this. It means minus 1 is written 2 times. The value of iota square will be equal to minus 1. What is iota cube? It means you can write iota square into iota, you can write it. The value of iota square is minus 1, and iota as it is, it comes out equal to what? Minus of iota. It means iota cube will be equal to minus iota. What is iota to the power 4? That is iota square into iota square. You can write like this. The value of iota square you have calculated, that is minus 1. So that is minus 1 into minus 1 comes out 1. What is iota to the power 5? This is iota to the power 4 into iota. The value of iota to the power 4 is 1. So 1 into iota, that is iota. What you are getting? Minus 1, minus 1, minus iota, 1, and then iota. So here is a formula which you have to learn to get the values of iota to the power any positive integer. Suppose n is any positive integer. N is any positive integer. Okay. Z means integer, any positive Z. So you have to remember one formula, that is iota to the power 4n. You are always getting value 1. If iota to the power 4n plus 1, then you will get always value iota. If you are getting iota to the power 4n plus 2, then you are getting minus 1. And if iota to the power 4n plus 3, then you will get minus of iota. Now your target will be what? Any statement which is given to you, you have to make the power multiple of 4 or multiple of 4 with remainder 1, with remainder 2, with remainder 3. Now let's see, we will solve the question accordingly. Suppose somewhere it is written at iota to the power 37. Now as you know, let's see, you want to check whether 37 when divided by 4, what you are getting? 36 and remainder is 1. So you can write this as iota to the power 9 multiplied by 4 plus 1. Or you can say iota to the power 9 multiplied by 4 into iota to the power 1. So any number having power multiple of 4 is equal to 1. Then this will be equal to 1 and this is iota. So it is equal to iota. So iota to the power 34, iota to the power 37, sorry, 37 will be equal to iota. Now you can solve it like this, as I have given you idea to solve the question. First of all, divide the power by 4, get what is a quotient and what is a remainder, write down the statement in the quotient formula, and then expand it. You will get the value of the given statement. Okay. Now further we will discuss few properties of complex number. First of all, now I have just given you idea of iota. First of all, I will just write down how to write the complex number. I'll tell you how to write the complex number like this. Z is the notation to write down the complex as in expanded form a plus iota b. This a is the real part of this complex number and b is called the imaginary part of the complex number. This whole is known as complex number. This is a complex number. First a is as a real part number, or it is b is known as the imaginary part, or in short, when you see in a NCRT, real part means it is written like this: real RE and in bracket Z. For imaginary, it is written I am and then in bracket Z. Imaginary part of Z, it is real part of Z. Now, as we do addition in the real number, same as we have done addition in complex number, subtraction in complex numbers, and product in complex numbers. You can add, you can subtract, you can multiply complex numbers. Now, second thing, here is one more property. Here, if let's see, if b is equal to 0, suppose what this implies, r will be equal to sorry, z will be equal to a only. It means what? The complex number is just purely real number. Just you have to write down this is purely real number. Purely real number. Okay. If suppose second case, if suppose a is equal to 0, if a is 0, then z will be equal to iota times b. What it means? It is purely imaginary number. Purely imaginary number. So if real part is 0, then purely imaginary. If imaginary part equal to 0, then purely real number. Okay. Another one you must know, if two complex numbers are equal. Suppose two complex numbers are given to you. Let's see, let's come on the next page. Suppose two complex numbers are here. Suppose two complex numbers are here. Suppose Z1 is equal to, if you want two complex numbers, then you have to write down Z1, Z2 like this, iota b, and second complex number take Z2 is equal to C plus iota d. Okay. Suppose these are equal. Suppose Z1 equal to Z2. What it means that? It means that the real part will be equal to real part and imaginary part will be equal to imaginary part. Okay. As you can write it like this, real part of Z1 will be equal to real part of Z2. Like this you can write it. And it is imaginary part of Z1 is equal to imaginary part of Z2. Okay. I think you can understand what is the complex number now. Let's do few questions which are just based on the concept we have discussed above. Suppose you have to find out the value of x and y. Suppose question is here. Question is, find the value of x and y. Find x and y. What is given? if first part, if 2 into 2 plus x plus iota y is equal to 5 minus iota. If two complex numbers are given are equal, then you have to find out the value of x and y. So now you can write it like this: 2 plus x plus iota y, 5 minus iota. Now you can collect real part terms. Now iota parts are the imaginary part, and without iota part is the real part. So you can write it like this: 2 plus x in one bracket, and this is iota y, that is equal to 5 minus iota. Now you can see here, you can compare the left and right sides. If you will compare 2 plus x, real part will be equal to real part. As I told you, if two complex numbers are equal, then their real parts are equal, their imaginary parts are equal. So 2 plus x is equal to 5, and from here you can get the value of x, that is 5 minus 2, that is 3. X will be equal to 3. And the imaginary part is equal, imaginary part y. Here is the plus sign, here is the minus of iota. It means what? This is, when you are comparing this one, this is plus into minus iota like this. So y will be equal to minus 1. You can compare it. Y will be equal to minus 1. Suppose another part I am just giving to you for the practice. Write down the question, this one, and do it your own. I am just giving to you a question, that is 1 plus iota into y square plus 6 plus iota is equal to 2 plus iota into x. Now find the value of x and y. Find x and y. If these two complex numbers are equal, then find the value of x and y. I am just giving you answer. You have to solve it. Find out whether you are getting the answers or not. You will get x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 2, and corresponding to the y will be equal to minus 2. Two answers will be there. This is y is equal to minus 2. Okay. X is 5, then y is 2. First answer this one. X is equal to 5, y is equal to minus 2. This is a second answer. Okay. Now further, let's do questions related to next property. That is the property you have to open your NCERT. You can see how to simplify the question. Let's see, next question number is first exercise you can do. Here is one thing which you have to know: what is modulus and what is the conjugate of the complex number. Let's see what is complex numbers, modulus and conjugate. The next page just we'll discuss it. That's modulus and conjugate of the complex number. Let's write down the modulus and conjugate of complex number. As I have told you, complex number is z is equal to a plus iota b. Then the modulus of z will be equal to, modulus means modulus like this sign, this will be modulus of the function will be equal to under the root real part square plus imaginary part square. Suppose z is equal to 2 plus iota 3. It is mod of z will be equal to under the root 2 square is 4, 9, 3 square is 9, root 13 is the modulus of z. Okay. Now conjugate of the complex number. Suppose z is the, I have written here z is the complex number. Then conjugate. Conjugate means z conjugate. Put bar sign on the z. This means we are talking about the conjugate of the function. Conjugate of the function means change the sign of the imaginary part. If z is 2 plus iota 3, then z conjugate will be 2 minus 3 iota or iota 3. You can write like this. 2 minus. Change the sign of the imaginary part. Okay. Now further, what is the multiplicative inverse of the given complex number? Suppose complex number is here z. Then what is the multiplicative inverse? What is z inverse? You can say it is a multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse. What is z inverse? That will be equal to 1 upon a plus iota b. Now, if you solve it, we always write the statement in numerator if it is in complex form. Then if it is not in numerator, if it is in denominator, then you have to rationalize it. As we know how to rationalize, change the sign of the denominator statement and you will get like this. When you simplify it, you will get a minus iota b upon, this is a plus b and a minus b. When you solve it, it comes out a square minus iota b square. Simplify it, a minus iota b upon a square minus iota square b square. Now what is the value of iota square? That is minus 1. So what? A minus iota b will be upon a square plus b square. This will be the multiplicative inverse of the function. In short, when I write the formula, what is this one? A minus iota b. If complex number is a plus iota b, then a minus iota b can be written as z conjugate as it is written above upon a square plus b square. What is this? This is a mod of z. It means this is the formula to calculate multiplicative inverse, and this is a process to do the question. You can do by this process or by using this formula directly. Okay. Suppose let's do few questions. Let's do questions. Suppose question is, find the multiplicative inverse, that is example number 5 of NCERT. Find the multiplicative inverse of 2 minus 3 iota. As I have told you, if it is z, then you can apply direct formula. Z inverse will be equal to, what is the formula? Z inverse is equal to Z conjugate upon mod of Z. What is Z conjugate? You can write conjugate of Z is here. Conjugate of Z is 2 plus 3 iota, and mod of Z will be equal to under the root 2 square plus minus 3 square, that is 9. That is root, I think this will be square. I just leave it. This is root 13. On the previous phase, we have to write down also. It is square. I have just written mod of z. That is square of the mod of z. Okay. Mod of z square. Now come to further. Yes. Now put the value. If you will get the value, putting the value, you are getting 2 plus 3 iota upon root 13 square. What you are getting? 2 plus 3 iota upon, that is 13. Or you can say it is 2 upon 13 in a standard form. You can write like this. This is now A and this will be B. This is the standard form. Okay. Suppose you want standard form of the given question. Suppose it's just like example number 6. The example number 6 is 5 plus root 2 iota upon 1 minus root 2 iota. This is not in a standard form. First of all, question should be in a standard form. Then you can find the multiplicative inverse. I want multiplicative inverse of this question. So first of all, I have to write this in a standard form. For the standard form, you have to rationalize it. Rationalize the denominator. When you rationalize it, you will get, that is, when multiply it, 5 plus 2 iota 1 plus root 2 iota upon, this is 1 square minus root 2 iota square. What you will get? That is 5 plus 5 root 2 iota plus root 2 iota plus root 2 into root 2 is 2 iota square upon, this is 1 and iota square is minus 1. So it is 1 plus 2, that is equal to 3. So in above part, you can show this is a 5, this is 5, and this becomes, the iota square is minus 1, put here minus 1. So what, 2 into minus 1, that comes out equal to minus 2. 5 minus 2 is 5 minus 2 is 3. And this is 5 plus 1, 6. 6 root 2 iota upon 3. You can take 3 common. 3 cancel. What you will get? 1 plus 2 root 2 iota. This is the answer. If the question is not in a standard form, then you have to convert into the standard form. Or if I want the inverse of the function, this one, example number 6, then now if I got the standard form, then I can get the multiplicative inverse of the function. Direct, you can't calculate the multiplicative inverse. First of all, the question should be in a form of standard. Standard form is a plus iota b form. As I have told, 1 plus 2 root 2 iota is the standard form. Here it is, you have to simplify it. You have to write down in a standard form. If further question is asked, write the multiplicative inverse of this question, then you have to proceed this question further. Okay. I think now you can do exercise 5.1. Polar form is not in our syllabus now. We have to just do 5.1. After that, we'll do exercise 5.3. For this 5.3 exercise, I just want to tell you, as you know how to apply the quadratic formula, same as you have to solve the questions of exercise 5.3. Previous lecture is for the exercise 5.1. Now this is a lecture for exercise 5.3. As you know, what is a quadratic formula? Same formula you have to apply here to find the solution or roots of the equation. At that time in 10th class, when d is less than 0, you left the question and said that the roots are not real. Now at the time when d is less than 0, then you have to find the complex roots. Okay. What was the formula? Just recall. Suppose quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Then quadratic formula which you used in class 10, that is minus of b plus minus under the root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Or you can say sometimes it is written like this: x is equal to minus b plus minus root d upon 2a, where d is equal to b square minus 4ac. Okay. Now solve the question. Suppose question is example number, suppose we will do example number 10. Question is x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. What is a here? A is 1, b is 1, c is 1. Now what is the d? Calculate d first. D will be equal to b square minus 4ac. 1 minus 4, that is minus 3. Now value will be x is equal to minus d, minus of 1 plus minus root d means minus 3 upon 2 into a means 2 into 1. Minus 1 plus minus, I told you root minus 3 means root 3 into minus 1, or you can write it like this, root 3 iota. This will be equal to root 3, and root minus 1 can be written as root iota upon 2, and this will be the answer. Just you have to write down the value of minus 1 under the root, that is iota. Remember this, then you can solve the questions of exercise 5.3. Same process is there which you have applied in the class 10th. So do exercise 5.1 and 5.3 both. After that, in next lecture, we will discuss miscellaneous questions of the exercise. This chapter 5, complete exercise 5.3 and 5.1. Thank you. Have a nice day.